Hey y'all, how's it going? I wanted to record something of a personal update because it's been about 15 months since I last appeared online, and that's a really long time to just completely disappear with no trace. And I know that there were some of you who were really engaged in the content that I was making, and I know that there are some of you who even now are starting to be engaged by it. And I kind of want to get back to it. But let's start off with why I left and where I've been. Well, for those of you who know me personally and have known me for the last couple of years, you know that I've been trying to go through high school. One of the reasons why I started this channel, and it's definitely not the main reason, but one of the reasons why, was because I kind of felt stuck in life. And one of the reasons for that is because I never got my high school degree. And as some of you may know, having your high school degree is really important just for opening paths in your life. And, I kind of needed to get that. And especially if I wanted to go to university, I didn't really have much of a choice. And I thought originally maybe I could continue streaming and do high school, even though it's condensed classes and it's supposed to be really intense. Maybe I could do it. And I tried that for probably about 9 months, but it just wasn't working. I was burning out because I was spending so many hours streaming and so many hours on sitting in class and trying to pick up concepts that I've been out of practice with for, 2, 3, 5 years even. And so I just couldn't keep up with it. And I felt that I needed a bit of a break. And even beyond that, I felt that I was kind of losing touch with why I made this channel in the first place. I was starting to lose motivation, and I wasn't really enjoying the process. It felt kind of like I was grinding something that I felt I wasn't improving in, and I felt wasn't providing the value that it should. And the more that I thought about that, the more I got frustrated, and the worse and worse I felt the streams got. And I just wasn't happy with that. And so I decided to take a break. I've tried over the past year or so to record things here and there, try to find other avenues that I can at least release something, but it just hasn't really panned out. I played Firewatch and I recorded the whole thing, but it just wasn't super usable as a VOD. And it wasn't usable for video either. There just wasn't enough substance to it because there was so much covered by other things that I couldn't put in a video. And so I just kind of gave up on it for a while. And then I started running into mental health issues and relationship issues, and honestly, my motivation was just completely gone. But it started to come back, and now that I have time and I have energy and I have the motivation to try to make something of this again, I feel like now is a good time to come back. So I actually got my degree back in August, and you might hear that and think, well, it's been 5 months. Why now? Well, it's a bit of a funny story. So about a month ago, I had a friend reach out to me who I hadn't talked to in probably about 10 years. And in the process of them wanting to reach out to me, they decided to watch a 4-hour VOD. And to me, that was crazy because, maybe a couple people will watch a VOD every now and again, or, someone will stumble across my video and I'll get like one view every few months, My channel's been pretty dead for a while. But one of the things that they told me about why they'd watch that video was that my voice is just really soothing. And for me, that's one of the most common compliments that I get. But the difference is this came from somebody who I haven't talked to in so many years. they haven't heard my voice since it changed. It's a compliment that kind of came out of left field for me. And I've always accepted it as fact, and it's actually the reason why I started this channel, is because knowing that I have a comfortable voice, I want to help people feel comfortable and feel safe and give people a place where they can just relax. But it's always been from people that I knew. And so there's that little bit of imposter syndrome in the back of my mind that goes, well, this is just people who know you and know what you want to hear, right? Well, apparently not. And oddly enough, that one compliment that I got from someone who I haven't talked to in 10 years, that's given me a lot of motivation to continue doing what I used to do all the time. And I've been going through a lot of things with not having enough time, not having enough energy, but especially motivation was my problem. I couldn't figure out what kind of things that I wanted to do. I kind of lost focus on what this whole channel is supposed to be about. And that kind of, it helped me refocus, and it's putting me back in that mindset of maybe I can just be there for people. And especially with the time of year that's coming around, I feel like now is as good a time as any, as I know there are a lot of people out there who may not have family or friends around, or they might just not have people in their lives that they can share this time of year with. And for those people, it can be really lonely. And I don't want people to feel alone if they have a place that they can go. And I hope that I can be one place, even if I only help one person through their loneliness throughout this time. That's good enough. So, what's the plan? Well, if I'm honest, I'm not entirely sure. For those of you who remember the Sleepy Kitty monologues, first of all, thank you for letting that be a part of your memory, because I definitely forgot about it for the longest time. But the entire point of that series was just for me to throw on a stream, throw on some comfortable music, and whether it be the calming sounds of Minecraft and its music, or whether it be my voice, the whole point of it was to provide a comfy, safe space for people, where someone could just come in and listen to it, and there was no pressure to speak, there was no pressure to engage, just to be there. And I kind of want to get back to doing stuff like that. So I'm not sure if the plan is to do daily roguelike runs, or maybe I start a new Minecraft series in some mod pack or something, or maybe I try to find some new games. I know that I've had 9 Souls on my list forever, so maybe I'll try that, but we'll see what happens. The important thing to me is that the game that I'm playing, or the thing that I'm doing, it's something that is calm, and you don't have to understand what's happening, or you don't have to actively look at it, unless that's something that you want to do. I want it to be comfortable more than anything. I want it to help the people who may be lonely cope with their loneliness. Even if I don't know exactly what I'm going to be doing, I know that what I want to do is to have something out by Christmas time. And as of recording this, that's about 2.5 days away. So, I'm going to have to get to it. But I'm hoping that there can at least be something for someone. And if you're that person and you're feeling kind of lonely, or you're feeling sad or depressed, or you just miss somebody, I hope that I can help fill that void for you.